Hello, and welcome to the CRG Network Guide to Direct Legislation Petitioning. The process is really quite simple. If you look at the petition form, you'll note that it says Petition for Direct Legislation across the top. The proposed ordinance does not actually stop the construction of rail projects. It simply requires the voice of the people to be heard. It requires that the mayor and the common council first come to City of Milwaukee voters and ask for their approval. If they give their approval, the project proceeds. But if they vote no, the construction cannot begin. The working end of the petition follows afterwards. This is where people will actually sign the petition. You will find 10 lines where people can sign. To be eligible to sign, you must be an eligible voter in the City of Milwaukee. Living in Milwaukee County suburbs does not count. However, signers do not need to be registered to vote. They only need to be eligible to vote. That would mean someone who lives within the city limits, age 18 or older, who has not had their voting rights suspended for some reason. The signature itself does not need to be legible. The signature can even be an X if that happens to be your legal signature. However, you must print your name, and that must be legible so the clerk can check it against their records. You must also legibly print your street name and number. Note that a P.O. box is not sufficient to establish your voting residence. It has to be a place that the clerk can check to make sure that you live within the city limits. Finally, the municipality must also be listed. In this case, it will always be Milwaukee. Zip code can be included, but it's not necessary. Finally, all signatures must be dated, and all dates must appear in sequential order on the petition. If the date on line 2 is earlier than the date on line 1 and so on, that line will be stricken and will not count. So again, make sure the dates follow in sequential date order. And of course, all dates must be within the 60-day period allowed, starting on January 5th, 2015. Finally, each circulator must certify the petition before they hand it in. While you must be a city resident to sign the petition, anyone eligible to vote in the entire U.S. can circulate a petition. You do not need to reside in the City of Milwaukee. At the bottom, simply print your name and address, then sign it. Once again, the date must be no earlier than the date of the last petition signer. If you place a date on the petition that is earlier than any of the dates of the signers, that whole sheet will be disallowed. Therefore, make certain that the date you place as circulator is greater than the last date on the petition sheet. Essentially, you are certifying that you witnessed each signature. Therefore, petitions cannot be left for signature unattended on countertops or pinned to bulletin boards at your place of business. You are not certifying that the information is necessarily correct, but it is correct to the best of your knowledge. Here are some little-known facts about petitions. You can sign a petition and serve as your own circulator, meaning if you live within the City of Milwaukee, you can sign your name as a signer, and then you can sign your name again at the bottom as your own circulator. Petitions can be turned in with as few as one signature. You do not have to fill out the entire sheet to turn it in. Circulators can also fix bad information. It's limited to names and addresses and dates, but you may not alter a signature. So if you find an error in a date, someone perhaps put the wrong date down and you want to make sure they're in sequential orders, you can fix that. You can fix bad addresses and illegibly printed names. However, you may not touch the signature. Finally, when you've completed the petition and signed it, return the petitions to CRG for final preparation. We are looking to have these petitions returned no later than January 20th so we can prepare them for delivery to the city clerk. That may get extended, and if that time is extended, we will send out an update via our website. Petitions can be returned to CRG in many ways. We are currently soliciting businesses who will put placards in their windows saying that petitions can be picked up and dropped off there. You can mail them to us. CRG's address is on the back of the petition. You can call us for pickup. Our phone number is also on the back of the petition. Finally, I must point out that you cannot send us copies. The clerk will only accept original signatures on original petition forms. They cannot be copied. They cannot be faxed to us. They cannot be scanned and sent to us in an email in electronic form. They have to be the originals. And again, if you have any questions, do feel free to call us or visit our website at www.crgnetwork.com or call us at 414-801-0800. Thanks, and we hope to be getting back to you with the word that we have collected our 35,000 petitions by January 21st, and the voice and the will of the people will be followed. Thanks again.